Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Freddy, of course, also known as KR6 Productions, baby. Oh yeah. And guys, a couple weeks, months ago, a while ago, I put out a poll on what video ideas I had and which one you guys wanted to see most. And surprisingly, this was the most voted. I did not expect that. I'm quite happy to see that it was interested to see that people wanted to see this video topic be talked about. And today's video is, why are bad movies important? As we dive into that, we have to think of, firstly, what is a bad movie? Well, it's a movie where, let's say, if you look at the mise-en-scene, the visuals are bad, it's poorly made, the production doesn't look that good, the lighting doesn't look that good, visually it's just not appealing. It has bad writing and incoherent plot, it has bland characters, simply it's poorly made, it's a nothing burger. And from here, I bet you a bunch of movies just popped into your head. You just thought of that one movie that just pisses you off, that one movie that you just hate, that's just trash, right? And the thing is about these bad movies, now that we've gotten into what makes a movie bad, let's get into the next part. Intention. Why was it made, and how did it fail? Well, to start off with, of course, a movie is made because someone has an idea, a concept that they want to bring to life, right? And where it went wrong, to give you the short answer, is execution. But let's dive deeper into that. The intention of a movie is there to, entertain you. It was made with a vision. They have an idea that they want to be portrayed or adapted, but it fails to keep you invested. It doesn't have any ingredients that keeps that part of your brain, well, fed or happy. It doesn't give that part of your brain, or the part of your brain, the nutrition that it needs. So let's start with the nucleus accumbens. This is like the key motivator that you have when you look at engaging entertainment, like your video games, your TVs, your movies. This triggers the dopamine in the nucleus accumbens, giving you feelings of pleasure and wanting more. Then you have the limbic system, or the hippocampus, or the amygdala and hippocampus. This is called the limbic system. But when you get emotionally invested in a movie, TV show, series, in a game, these areas light up. So the amygdala processes emotional responses like tension and excitement, while the hippocampus ties these narratives to your own memories. If you think of your cerebral cortex, your prefrontal cortex, that helps you with your decision making, your critical thinking, helps you to focus. That of course links you to your complex storylines and plots. Your temporal lobe of course focuses on how you recognize dialogue and music and social cues, how your memory or your mind, that frontal lobe, processes faces or facial recognition, how you recognize people and social interactions. So much science mumbo jumbo, but the question is, what does that have to do with anything? Well, if these things aren't being triggered, if these things aren't being worked, they're not receiving any information from what you are taking in, you are not enjoying something. I mean, it's quite simple, really. If these films aren't feeding those receptors, it's quite obvious that said movie is failing to be well written. It's not interesting, it's not engaging in the slightest if it's not able to light up those receptors in any way, shape or form, or let me rather say to light them up positively, because of course they're going to light it up. You're going to be taking in what you are watching, but if it's not good, it's not going to stay. At this point, we've all watched mediums that we enjoy, so by now we know things that are bad and things that are good. Some people don't, but speaking in general, we're able to determine if we are watching something good or if we're watching something bad. We're able to easily determine what we enjoy and if we enjoy what we are consuming. I mean, it's the same with food. You know bad food when you taste it, right? I hope you do, because the moment that you eat bad food, you're gonna immediately spit it out. You're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to like it. You're not going to come back for it. And it's the same when you experience a bad movie. You immediately know what a bad movie is because you have once consumed a good movie. So now that takes us to our next topic of how does it affect the viewer? Well, if you think of it, if you've watched a bad movie and you've seen this actor in it and his performance was not that great, or this director was quite bad at his job, are you gonna now be excited to see that person's next movie? Probably not. Figured. So, like, again, back to the food. If you have a bad burger from a certain restaurant, you're not gonna think, I'm excited to go there again. No, you're gonna be skeptical going into it again. You see, the thing is that it leaves a bad taste in our mouths once we experience said bad thing. We lose our faith in the director or the actor or the producer. We don't trust them anymore after we've now experienced a bad product. A great example is Todd Phillips. We love Todd Phillips because he made Old School, Road Trip, he made the Hangover movies, he made the first Joker movie. So it's like, oh, what a phenomenal director. But he did make Joker 2. So now if I tell you, hey, Todd Phillips is making another movie, you're like, oh, cool. He made the other movies. His last movie was, oh, Joker 2. I don't know. Look at Taika Waititi. We love him. He made Thor Ragnarok. He made Jojo Rabbit. Phenomenally acclaimed movies. Very good movies. Great stuff. Masterpieces, one would say. It's in people's top 4. But he also made Thor Love and Thunder. So if you now tell me, oh, Taika is coming in with another movie, I'm like, Thor Love and Thunder though makes me kind of question. See, that's the thing. Even though you know the person has made good things in the past, that's how it affects viewers. If we experience a bad performance, movie 43, for example, you had so many star-studded cast and people are big now and people are big then, and you think of that movie could have easily destroyed their careers, but you watch something like that, or you watch a bad performance, you watch a badly directed or poorly produced movie, and you're like, I don't know about the next one. I don't think I'm gonna like it. I have a friend who currently doesn't really like Taika Waititi because of Thor Love and Thunder, and I told him, yeah, but he made these other movies. Like, yeah, well, this one sucked, and that is a very, very fair assessment, and it's a very prime example on how bad movies affect its viewers. And next we're looking at how does this affect the market or the industry? Well, of course, a bad movie will cause a drop in viewer retention and interest. Bad reviews will cause a drop in viewer retention and it will make people lose interest. My friend still has not, and I don't think he will ever forgive me for taking him to go see Supergirl. And very fair. I don't think he ever will forgive me, but that's what bad movies are. You get once the movie gets released and critics see it first and audience sees it first, people immediately start seeing reviews, they immediately start posting their views online, and it's like, and now I don't want to see the movie. And that of course affects how the movie profits, if the movie profits at all. And if there's nothing let me say this, there's nothing worthwhile about seeing a mid movie in the cinemas. Take it from me, I know. My friends and I went to see Supergirl. It truly was a waste of money. It could have been better. And I'm glad that all my cinema experiences have been good, because that's the only movie in where I went and I'm like, this is a complete waste of money. Why'd I go see this? I hate this. And I've seen lots of movies in theater, and this is like just one of those. And yeah, there's nothing worthwhile about seeing it other than you being able to laugh at it. And I mean, even like The Flash was more enjoyable because he's my favorite superhero. He does get a bit of slack, but movie was bad. But you know, it's not as, I don't feel like it was as bad as Supergirl. But I mean, case in point, what I mean when how it affects the market and the industry. My point being, people know that a movie will be bad, and they're not going to see the movie. And that will affect the revenue and the profit that it makes, and it can devastate the studio's financial year off. The studio just won't be well off if their movies are bombing and flopping. It's quite simple. If a movie flops at the box office, it's not good for the studio or for the movie in any shape or form. Okay, all technical stuff aside, let us get into the meat and potatoes of this video. The whole point why this video was made and the title itself. Before I get into good bad movies or bad movies that are so bad that they're good, let's talk about bad experiences and how they control us. When you eat something bad, you want to clean your mouth, right? You want to wash it out. Same way, if you eat bad food, you want to eat food that is better, not better. If you've been in a bad relationship, you look for something better. If you've had a bad experience with anything, with a game, with a TV series, with a movie, with people at a store when buying something, when you had a bad experience, you want something better. You don't want something worse. You want to have a better experience. And I guess that's what makes bad movies good. You're like, oh, the reason why we're able to enjoy good movies is because we've experienced bad things. The reason why you're able to enjoy your current relationship is because you know what a bad relationship was like. It's kind of like a deep topic to be dived into, but like if you just understand the basis of what I'm saying here, the reason why you're able to enjoy good things is because you know how bad it could have been, or how bad it was before, or how bad you've had it before. Correct? Thing is, you don't truly know the value of something until it's gone, in the same way that you can only truly appreciate good things because you know what the bad things are like. I'm able to appreciate the 2003 Cheaper by the Dozen movie because I know how bad the newer 2022 version is, and not just because I know it's good because the new one is bad, but more so, this is a good movie. I know it's a good movie. I enjoyed it, and I watched this movie and it sucks. But because it sucks, I'm even more able to enjoy this thing that was created. It's in the same way as how sometimes bad movies can, if not always, sometimes help a director bounce back. If you look at Guy Ritchie, who went from the meh King Arthur to the forgettable live action Aladdin to the iconic The Gentleman.
Okay, one thing that actually slipped my mind while recording this is the most perfect example. And that is James Cameron, who was doing Piranha 2. And in doing that, it was a terrible experience. The movie was bad. On set, it was a nightmare. The people have told the story of how he didn't understand anything, or he couldn't do it right because the actors were Italian and there was a language barrier. And working on set on that was such a nightmare that eventually he had a dream of a robot rising from flames or lava. And that's where the idea of Terminator came from. And it's a perfect example of how bad experiences can lead to good things.
Which goes to show a lot. As an artist, bad works or reception of thereof bad works can sometimes lead to one improving their next project or idea. We grow and we learn from our mistakes. Or at least I hope we do. Okay. Now let's look at the silver lining. Why are the bad movies important? The silver lining, what can be taken from this? Well, beyond the positives mentioned, what more makes this title? Well, let's look at bad movies are important because they're fun. That goes without saying. Remember when I said that some movies are so bad that they're good? Well, I love Birdemic. Does Birdemic have terrible acting? Are the graphics absolutely shit? Yeah. Does it have, surprisingly, 2 more movies that follow the same formula? Yes, it does. Do I love the movie? I do. I don't know why, but let me explain to you why. The movies are absolutely shit. Yes, but they are entertaining enough for us to laugh at how ridiculous it is. Same goes with Love on a Leash. This movie you can watch on YouTube for free. It's all there. It's terrible in every critical way, but it's also entertaining in every way possible because it's just so bad that it's good. Now, sometimes there's movies with no silver linings. For the simple fact that we have Avatar: The Last Airbender, we have Dragon Ball Evolution, we have Rebel Moon, 2 of them for some reason. We have Black Noise, we have Lola, we have Coppin' Off, we have Twisted Bear, the list goes on and on. We have Twilight. But some movies just suck to suck. That's just it. But what's important about these bad movies is that they have a vision and passion. Well, what's that? There's no passion, there's no energy, there's no commitment. You know, some movies they were made because they have that. The great premises can be executed badly, but the reason they're made is because people take risks on their passions. If people didn't take risks on their passions and their works and the creative ideas that they have, they'll never know how good it could have been. They'll never know if it fails, if it succeeds, or if it just sucks ass. That's the thing about art, is about creativity, about creating music and movies and TV shows. It's just taking a chance on those ideas. Bad movies are honestly a great form of mindless entertainment. I think it's good to have that every now and then. You can watch all your critical shows. You have your Sopranos and The Wire and Succession and the first 5 seasons of Game of Thrones and Severance. But then you can also just have your mindless comedy, which is, I mean, not to say that it, like the writing is good in itself, but just to talk about, sometimes it's good to switch off your brain. And you have stuff like Community, you have The Office, you have It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, you have Modern Family, you have Arrested Development, and those things are just there for you to not fully focus, like you need critical thinking to think of, oh, these characters are so complex. No, you can just watch it and you can just enjoy it. But when I say that bad movies are a great form of mindless entertainment, I mean, you don't need your full, utter attention to focus on the intricacies, but you can just enjoy the effort and the premise. You can just enjoy it for what it is, regardless of how badly it's made, because it just has that factor of entertainment to just keep you interested without falling asleep. They're important because they show us that ideas matter. And if you want to create something, just do it. So go out there, enjoy your bad films, review them, waste your time, consume that mid, and if you're creative, think of what not to do that mid movie did. It's not always a bad idea, just bad execution. I hope that made sense. I hope that video made sense. Because if you think of all movies mentioned and what this is, what bad movies are, they're important because they help us to grow. They help us to stay entertained. We're able to see where people went wrong and enjoy it. We're able and learn from it. Let me say, we're able to see where they went wrong and enjoy it, because I'm not done with watching and reviewing bad movies. I've only done one on my YouTube channel, but I'm gonna do more watch alongs. I do even with friends. But bad movies are simply important because if we just had good things to consume, there wouldn't be enough of a level for us to be able to criticize something. You're only able to know how good you are because other people are bad at it, or you just succeed more than others. If that, I'm sure, that does make sense. That definitely makes sense. But yeah, I've made my point. But we love bad. I'm not like here to say, no. I've made my point. I'm not gonna talk more. But yeah, if that made sense to you, great. If it didn't, just watch it over and use your brain this time. But yeah, what bad movies do you guys love to love and love to hate? Let me know in the comments. I mean, it's quite similar to Twisted Pair when I made that YouTube video. What movie do you want to see me review? What bad movie do you want to see me watch? Hopefully I didn't watch it already, because I watch lots of terrible things along with all of the good things that I do watch. But ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for me to bid you adieu. Remember to like, share, subscribe and comment. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night.